we both in here?
Yeah, you're a little bit out.
Okay, I'll slide over to him.
No,
He's just moving the camera.
That is very modernish.
Yeah. Yeah, normally I'm on the other side of the camera.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why it might be a little difficult to catch you off guard this week. So.
I hate that. That's the fun. Everybody tells me when they write me, they say, "Man, the funnest part's before y'all start taping."
Oh, it's the best part.
Before y'all get done.
But that's okay. We'll pick it up right where we are right now.
Oh.
So, anyways, welcome again, folks, to another edition of George South. And I'm Jake Feuerbach. I'm the video editor here at highspots.com. I'm filling in for Michael Bakikio. He just had a knee surgery. But it's almost kind of fitting I'm here with George South because maybe most of you will be watching this over Thanksgiving with your family and friends. Well, this Thanksgiving, as a lot of Thanksgivings, I will be spending it with Mr. Number One, George South.
What better way?
Some people may say that's depressing, but it's definitely where I would like to be. So, but anyways, all joking aside, maybe when you're watching this, me and George will be watching the Cowboy game this Thursday.
Yeah, we sure will.
Maybe something we could bring up just real quickly here, about Thanksgiving and wrestling. That's always been something that's been pretty big to this area.
It sure has.
I mean, I know a lot of people that run Fridays, and they've moved all their Friday shows to Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Can you just kind of talk about how important wrestling and
Thanksgiving especially in this area.
Yeah.
Big Starcade Thanksgiving night. In Charlotte, it was when I worked for Jim Crockett Promotions. It was the biggest night of the year, and most people say, well, it's a holiday, but usually by that afternoon, the family's ready to kill each other, and they're ready to get out of the house. So then that's when we step in and put on some of the greatest shows that the fans remember. This Thursday night, coming Thanksgiving, is no different. Going to spend it with him as we have made this an annual thing. And, of course, we'll be selling my book. It's available on Thanksgiving, too, as it is every other holiday. But just a great, great time, a lot of stuff to be thankful for.
Well, yeah, and I've always appreciated you making me a guest around your time during Thanksgiving. Because I live in Iowa. It's not feasible for me to drive all the way back to see my family. And I always appreciate that you've welcomed me into your family. But speaking of guests, we have a guest here with us right now. I tell you,
he made his debut, and it has lit up the switchboards. Al Snow, who I faced this past weekend, up in Boone, North Carolina, he's always turned his matches into handicap matches. And I was the one that discovered that when everyone else just let it slide by. So what I did is this past weekend, we made it a tag match. So, of course, Al Snow had a head, and then I brought out the original mask head. Made his debut Saturday night in Boone, and I would like everyone to know that this may be the hottest selling thing this Christmas. I've already heard.
I do whatever I want to do. Listen, see, you've been cheating for a long time, all right? Right now, this is a tag. Al Snow and his famous head. That's him, that's right. Listen, Al Snow and his famous head. Would you quit me? Listen, I'm trying to talk. Listen, you and Al, listen, Al Snow, you and head, you're gonna take on Mr. Number One, George South. And the original masked head, right here.
They're available now at highspots.com right now.
As well as George's book, of course.
As well as George's book.
But another thing about that show in Boone, that was your hometown.
Hometown, yeah.
And we were talking about wrestling and Thanksgiving and stuff like that, and I'm sure you were a part of some of those Thanksgiving shows too. But no, a lot of people spend time with that family, but of course with wrestling, you were probably away over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm kind of proud of it myself. Of course, the kids and stuff have forgot who their daddy was, but I have not been home in probably 25 years. Now, joking aside, it is one of the greatest times in the world. And, last Saturday night, a lot of the young guys may not understand, but there was so much respect in that ring with me and Al Snow. And it's just, there's just a lot of years between both of us. And we kind of joked with each other about even who was going to go to the ring first out of respect for the other guy. And those little things like that, you can't put a price tag on it, as you know, Bull, and that's what we learned here at our training school. And it was just a great, great time for me. I told Al Snow that the fans were probably going to be mad at him. And he said, why? And I said, because I ain't never going to retire now. So after a match like that, he just made it fun. And it just made me and him remember why we got into pro wrestling to begin with.
Well, that's good. And well, another thing that just came up organically right there, and a lot of people that I know were on that show with Boone, and they noticed that you called me Bullet, just like you just did a few
yes, I
seconds
did.
ago.
Yes, I did.
And I think that's something that not a lot of people know about George South, but I think that's part of who George South is, in the sense that you give a lot of your trainees nicknames.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
Matter of fact, I don't think I know any of my trainees, or do I want to know any of them's real name. So yes, you'll always be Bullet to me. Resemble Bullet Bob Armstrong, and but the secret to that, and this will be our lesson this week as we get ready to close, is you don't get a nickname unless it means something to me. So if I call you by your real name, I hate you. No.
Even though it's a
How do you follow that? Okay.
I don't know if I can or not.
Even though it's Thanksgiving. Okay.
Well, maybe that's an appropriate close for this whole thing. I don't know how I can come back from that, and might as well cut it a little bit shorter than usual, so you guys can go back to eating turkey. While me and George will probably be eating. What are we going to be
I
having?
think
George?
it's bologna pizza this year.
Bologna
Yeah.
pizza this
Yeah,
year?
yeah.
Okay, well, me and George are eating bologna pizza, watching the Cowboys win.
Yes. Already.
We will be enjoying some Thanksgiving cheer, and I hope you will as well.
Happy Thanksgiving.